Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 3 between Evil Geniuses and between Sup Sons. I am HD.
And this is PainUser.
Yeah, and we're both back here to bring this game to you guys. This is going to be on the good old map, Twilight Fortress. Oh, PainUser, I love this map. This brings back great memories of zero clutter, fastest map possible, and even during the days of the beta and early StarCraft 2, I think everybody out there who's watching this video right now has played an awesome game on Twilight Fortress.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everybody's played this map. I'm surprised they're actually using it in a tournament. It wasn't one of the more balanced maps, but it definitely yields itself to those crazy macro games. You'll see BCs, carriers, broodlords, and that's really because it's so easy for one player to defend while his ally macros and techs at the same time. You can tech and macro while your opponent builds a few cannons at the front, or while you build a few bunkers at the front. Yeah. And we do see a probe already headed across right now, immediately after building that pylon and an assimilator. So we'll see what OptiKZero's up to.
Yeah, a little helping hand here from OptiKZero for select, giving him a quick assimilator for gas. And man, just watching this game right now and casting it, I really want to play Twilight Fortress now. I think after this cast, man, we should play some T and Z. Just play some twos on this map.
Why not?
Just tear it up.
There's no guarantee we'll get this map unless you want to play a custom game.
I'm not building gases for you, though. You can build a gas for me.
But if the Terran builds a refinery, though, it takes so much longer. The probe can just drop it and then run away, or the...
Are you gonna play?
Case,
are you gonna play Protoss?
Extractor? No way, I'm not playing Protoss.
I'm not playing Protoss.
But the extractor does go up as well, and you don't need the SCV to build it the entire time. You do lose that drone though, so
that's true.
It's interesting to see how teams decide whether or not to build the assimilator or to build the extractor. But generally, we do see the Protoss player or the Zerg player drop an extra refinery for the Terran player. And what is OptiKZero doing?
Oh man, is he gonna be sneaky with it?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He already has that forge coming up too, so we are gonna see some cannons here.
Yeah.
And that hatchery, obviously, while building, the range is very small. Not gonna be able to see behind those minerals. And those cannons could do a lot of damage.
I think it has something to do with the scorpion in here. It doesn't have its eyes building yet or evolved yet.
Oh, that looks like the face hugger from Aliens, man. That's what that is.
I've never seen that movie either.
You haven't seen Aliens?
Are we talking about Aliens versus Predators?
No, just Aliens, the movie. It's like, oh man, it's like Brood War. It's like Terran versus Zerg, the movie. Well, I know your first thought is probably Starship Troopers, yeah. But it really, a lot of the concepts from Brood War and other games have definitely been pulled from the Aliens trilogy. Or no, I think there's 4 of them. I was going to say trilogy, but there's 4 of them out. But yeah, definitely check it out. Sigourney Weaver, Bill Paxton, old movie, great.
All right, looks like that movie is going to be getting a lot of downloads in the next couple of days. Anyways, Strifecro here in a little bit of a situation, crisis management time, because those cannons have warped in, and I don't know if his spine crawlers are going to be up in time, because he's got to uproot them, bring them back over, and then plot them down to help defend against the cannons, and he may end up losing his hatchery. Ooh. Oh, Axslav now pulling SCVs off the line to assist. Will they have enough to break it though?
That first Marine going down was critical. He lost that before the eventual push here. All of the Zerglings going down, 3 of the SCVs going down, and now he's targeting the Queen, and that's gonna go down as well.
Wow.
The spine crawlers never really even come into play, and man, those 2 cannons certainly paying for themselves. Good lord, that's a lot of early damage to be done on a huge 2v2 map like this, and oh my goodness, we have a proxy starport from Select. He's going to go ahead and get those Banshees out. We have Cloak on the way as well, and that's probably going to do some damage too.
Oh man, these guys from Sup Sons.
Stacking the cheese.
Yeah.
Stacking the cheese.
One level on top of the other. You got to go
double.
It's Inception, layers after layers of cheese.
It's a double cheese.
You got to go the double cheeseburger.
It is the double cheese. They're coming straight after the cannons with the Cloak Banshee immediately. And man, this Cloak Banshee could do a bit of damage here, but we already see Axslav building a Viking out of his starport, so he is going to be largely prepared for this. He has a Viking already out, and it looks like he's going to go scout around with that. I don't know what his hunch is, but he's certainly headed in the right direction here. He might actually pick up that starport And it looks like he will.
Ooh, he does go right by the starport, but it looks like the Banshee got out before the Viking got there. Now Axslav, he's chilling here. He's thinking, oh, I'm smart. I'm going to pick off the Banshee when it comes out. But
timing is just a little bit off.
Yeah,
buddy.
the Banshee's already out here. Oh, Axslav now throwing up missile turrets, thinking, hey, maybe the Banshee already came out, and indeed it has. So Axslav with the backup Viking, he may have enough. No! One comsat going down, and it looks like that may be enough. Oh, Select gets out there with just 40 hit points left.
Oh my goodness. The Banshee continuing to kill SCVs, though. No turrets up. He does have a second scan as that orbital finishes, and those two Vikings will be able to take that Banshee out immediately. And now we have some Lings headed over to clean that up. Second Banshee on its way in right now, however, and that will be able to get some kills. There are 2 turrets up, though, so it's going to be difficult for that Banshee to get directly into the mineral line, but he will be able to poke around the sides and pick off a few extra SCVs here.
Yeah, this little helicopter here doing some pretty good damage. It looks like Axslav, having none of that, though, will finally be able to clear it off. Not before the Banshee gets about 5 kills, though. I think that proxy starport may have been worth it, especially if he manages to salvage this building and bring it back home for later use.
Well, yeah, you can rest assured the EG squad will be going after that starport, though. They know it's out there somewhere. Both the Vikings are actually headed over there right now. From Axslav, and as soon as he finds that, he will be able to take it out. Now back at the main for Select and OptiKZero here, we have a ton of gateways going up. We have 2 additional factories being added, a starport also being added in the main here, so they're really gearing up for a mid-game push here.
All right, well, I think that Sup Sons is definitely prepared for a mid-game here with all those infrastructure going down in the middle. And Select here may end up losing his starport to the robots here, the Transformers in disguise. They're going to go down and up and down.
They're just changing back and forth between flying and landform. What a smart move there, landing it on the opposite side of the ridge. And it looks like OptiKZero actually going to send out some helping hands here. He's going to warp in some stalkers, and they're going to come from the front. Are they going to be able to get there in time? They're headed over right now to try and save this starport. The Ling's waiting below, and oh my god, it's in the deep red.
Select here, I mean, I really don't think he cares too much about losing the starport because he has another one in the main. I think he's just toying a little bit, trying to exert more APM, I guess you could say, on Axslav. But will a mule coming down to repair the starport, but it doesn't look like the mule came down in time, and the starport did indeed go down.
As did both of those Vikings, though. I don't know if that was worth it. The 2 Vikings going down, the starport going down. As you said, he already has a starport back in the main, so not the biggest deal in the world. It looks like Strifecro is prepping for mass Mutalisks here. He is just now starting to pump Mutas off of 3 hatcheries. He has the gold up and running. Weapons 1 for air attacks is on the way. And wow, Axslav just going with this all mech style. Very uncharacteristic. Well, first off, he doesn't even usually play Terran. He only recently switched to Terran for their 2v2 squad, Axslav being a Protoss player, but he's going with a primarily mech composition here, and it looks like Strifecro's going to try and control the skies with his Mutalisks.
Yeah, the Mutalisks here, flying around a little bit, trying to find an opening, but the turret will deflect them for now. They may end up crossing paths with the Stalkers there, and that would be pretty disastrous, because these Stalkers come with a little bit of an added accessory, and that is the Blink ability. And you know what? Blink Stalkers are the bane of Mutalisks. Oh, a Changeling here trying to run back home as well. It doesn't have anything interesting to report back in terms of scouting, just the tiles in the middle of the ground, but he's going to dance around and look for other stuff. And both these players, both these teams, in fact, I think they're just preparing for a macro game at this point.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, but we do have a push now coming out of Team Sup Sons. They do have Blink Stalkers along with Charge Lots. Well, not just yet. Charge is almost done. It's at about 90%. And Select is just going straight for it. He has 2 medevacs here, 3 siege tanks, and a handful of Marines. And if they keep their units together and work as a unit, they might be able to do quite a bit of damage here. And if they can isolate Axslav and Strifecro from Strifecro's third, they will be able to take that out, and that'll put them in a great position.
Here comes OptiKZero and Select. They do have Dark Templars in the mix as well. It looks like Strifecro and Axslav are trying to figure out what they want to do here. Now, if they siege up here, I feel like they're going to leave that gold expansion up at the top unprotected because the tanks are very immobile. I don't know what Strifecro is doing. He's trying to pick off reinforcements right now, but all the while, the hatchery is going to get obliterated. Looks like we have some tank-on-tank action here. All the tanks going down for Select, but he's going to drop Marines over Axslav's tanks, forcing him to unsiege. And oh, we could see a blink.
Yeah,
PainUser.
He's just gonna blink straight into the main right here. The tank coming up the ramp from Select, and they're just barging straight through into the main here. The Mutalisks of Strifecro actually going for the kill, but they're really needed on the defense right now. He could hold off these Stalkers with all the Mutalisks and the additional Ling reinforcements. I don't know why he's choosing to try and counterattack all in with the Mutas right now. I think it's a bad decision, and it might end up costing them.
I think so too, man. Right now it's coming down to drones and SCVs versus Stalkers, and I don't know, that's not a pretty situation for the drones and SCVs. I feel like if you're an SCV under Axslav's control, that is not as fun as being a probe under his control, because he is not a Protoss. He's not a Terran player. He's a Protoss player, man.
He's not a Terran player. He's a Protoss player. And look at all these tanks coming out. They are not the unit you want popping out to deal with units in your main amidst your production facilities. You need Raxes for that. All he has popping out right now are siege tanks. They're unable to get into position. Obviously, they come out in tank mode, and they are just getting shredded to bits. These Dark Templar are actually doing a great job as well. Look at the kills on that one before it dies. I think it had 11 or 12. And this DT has 11. Oh my goodness.
And this Zealot here, actually it's a streamline of Zealots going after the SCVs that were distance mining their Axslav, saying, you know what, SCVs, go mine! Go make me some money right now, because I needs monies, but it doesn't look like it's gonna matter. I think this may be it.
Finally, the Mutalisks do come back, and they will be able to clean this up, but at what cost? Strifecro losing his third at the gold, also losing his natural. I mean, really all they have left is Axslav and his production, but he has no standing mech army. And it's going to be very difficult to rebuild that. Mech armies take a long time to reproduce. He only has so many production facilities, so it's going to take a while. And obviously, Strifecro not really able to make any more Mutalisks because he's only working off of 2 gas. And look at Select's army pushing into the main right now.
I think this could be the coup de grace here. Select coming in, always the backbone of any matchup. We'll always have the army coming out when you least expect it, and the Mutalists trying to come in here to clean up, but it doesn't look like they can do it. This is the perfect anti-Muta army. Thors, Archons, and Marines. What better could you ask for in terms of anti-Mutalist defense?
I mean, yeah, they have a very nice squad to deal with Mutalisks, and they're working together. They're keeping all of their units together, and they are just ransacking the main right now for Team Evil Geniuses. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold on here. Looks like Sup Sons might be able to take the series here on Twilight, and wow, I don't know how they're going to get back into this. Strifecro just kind of flying around with his Mutalisks right now, looking for an opportunity, but just runs into a bunch of cannons there, and there's a bunch more waiting for him in the main.
Yep. I think Strifecro may come in here for one last attack, Pain. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
And
these Mutalisks are going to encounter the Phoenixes. Oh, God. All the Mutalisks are going to go down, and Strifecro's Mutas go the way of the dodo bird.
That's like somebody quail hunting with a 12-gauge shotgun right there. That's literally what that looks like. It's like pull.
Oh, dude. You know what? They should. Why do Protoss players need such high advanced technology? They just need a harpoon on the tucked on the underside of the Phoenix, and they'll just like launch it at the Mutas.
I think those little teeny laser thingies or whatever they have seem to do the trick, because that Muta squad, it just evaporated, and it looks like Select and OptiKZero are the better men today.
Well, they definitely are the better team. I hesitate to call them the better men. They're definitely the better team.
That's what I meant.
All right.
Better team.
All right. Guys, we want to thank you all for tuning into this broadcast. This was Game 3, and actually that's the end of the series, meaning that Sup Sons were the winners. And I think we may do a couple more 2v2s. We may end up doing some ones as well. I know PainUser loves to cast now.
Oh, yeah, I love casting, but it depends on really what you guys want. 1s, 2s, whatever people prefer. 2s have a lot of action, but it's a very different style of game, and it's a different style of commentating.
It is. I actually prefer casting 2s with a friend because easier to keep up with the action, so to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for us. Make sure to check me out on Twitter as well as YouTube, obviously. Subscribe if you guys haven't.
You can check me out at twitter.com/PainUser and youtube.com/StratBunker.
And also make sure to check out the IPL. The main event has begun. There's a $50,000 prize pool on the line, which is unheard of. It's just insane for a North American tournament. So make sure to tune into that. And that can be found at ign.com/IPL. Any closing remarks, PainUser?
Yeah, you can also find the stream at JustinTV/IGN Pro League. That'll be going live every day at 5 p.m. PST. So be sure and check me and HD out. Come support us. Post on the forums. Post on chat. Whatever. If you guys enjoy the cast, be sure and help support us. We really appreciate it. And thanks for tuning in.